Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. So as a heads up, this is the second part of a little mini series that I've done with the Playboy Club, and to be honest, it's probably better if you go and watch the Playboy Club video first before you watch this one, because this is a chat with a few of the bunnies, just kind of getting to know them and hearing their thoughts on kind of stigmas that have been attached to them, what it means to be a bunny, how they got into the job, etc. But it actually ended up as a lot more of a relaxed chat because it was a really nice kind of way to get to know the girls. We were filming and chatting for well over an hour, and honestly, it was so nice to hear them just chatting among themselves and seeing them bounce off each other, hearing their stories and just getting to know them a little bit better and what their job really means. So obviously Playboy has quite a perception in the media. There is a lot of like stigmas around it and how they sexualize women, etc. However, if you actually spend time in the club and you get to know the girls, you will know that that is completely wrong. They are all really gorgeous and they have amazing figures, and this uniform means so much to them in so many different ways. Without further ado, I'm going to get straight in and let the girls do the talking. Okay, so could you girls tell me a bit about like who you are, how long you've been here, what your role is in the club?
So I'm Emily. I've been here for 3 years now. I began as a valet and I'm now a hostess.
I'm Natalie. I've been here for 7 years. Started off as a bunny dealer and I'm now head bunny. So I deal with all the hiring and recruitment and training.
Hey, I'm Penny. I'm a bunny valet. I've been here now for 8 months, so I'm still fairly new.
So what kind of things does your job role entail? Like what kind of things do you get up to?
I think everyone's day is really different, isn't it? I think depending on what department you work in, you see completely different sides of the club and stuff every day. So for me personally, as a hostess, I'm front of house. So I see everybody that comes in, everybody that goes out. We deal with events and we kind of like help and assist the reception as well.
My days vary, so some days I'll be like this, some days I'll be in the office, organise everything to do with the girls. So it's a mix. We've got quite a variety. So sometimes, like Emily said, we're going to have events, or we've got major marquee events, so we'll be dealing with all of that and like things like today. So it's different.
Yes, as a valet, it's my job to make customers feel welcome. I give them drinks, refreshments, food. Just help them with any questions they might have. Some people want pictures of us, or sometimes we tower bars that's open to the public. And then upstairs we have the members. We have a lot of repeat clientele. So it's important to remember names, and it's good. Like we get to see the same faces all the time. You build friendships with them. So yeah,
that's quite nice. You kind of get to know the customers a bit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's really good. So if you're a dealer, what kind of thing do you get up to? Like, what does the job role entail?
So basically, we deal with all the games. Start off on an 8-week training school, and we'll learn blackjack, roulette, and 3-card poker. And then as we advance, probably about the 2-year period, we'll then move on to Punto Banco. So there's a lot of maths in there, and then you learn sort of the skills, but it's teachable. So like I wasn't necessarily great at math. I didn't do too badly at GCSE level, but this is like a whole different ball game. Once you learn your 17 and 35 times tables, you sort of pick it up as you go, and then it becomes a skill. So
what is it about being a bunny that you guys enjoy the most? Is there like a certain thing you love doing or anything like that?
It's so iconic. I just think it's such a cool thing to be like, I'm part of something that it's not new, it's part of history already. So many incredible people have been a bunny that if you actually look into it, it's something so cool to be able to say, oh, I am one as well.
And it's quite a worldwide name as well,
it's massive. Wherever you go, people have heard of it. You know?
Yeah.
So it's just really cool to be part of something different.
It's just great. I mean, we come into work every day. We get to, put makeup on with our friends, and it's just so much fun. Like we all feel so proud and confident to wear this outfit. Like it's such a nice, strong feeling to be able to wear it.
And you all have so much confidence in them as well. Like you all just seem really confident and outgoing. Like you just feel like you look
comfortable. I think that's what. It's not like oh my god, I'm wearing this. I have to be this confident. Kind of, it's just a natural thing. I think you can't fake it. You're working crazy hours in something that's not this is not comfortable, but because you feel comfortable in your surroundings with the girls and everyone makes you feel like that, so it naturally just happens.
And I think it's really good, like when girls eventually get their costume. So obviously they have to earn their ears. How excited everyone gets when someone gets their costume. Like everyone's like, oh my god, you look amazing, and then you're like, oh, brilliant.
I always say the day that I got my costume, no girl forgets that. When you walk out and everyone's like, you did it!
And one thing we spoke about suddenly about how you guys are all kind of like a family, like you all get on really well and you hang out outside of work and just really, really good friends genuinely as well, which is really nice.
I think you spend so many crazy hours, like all times of the morning, all times of the day with the girls, that you just can't help but become sort of family.
Yeah,
you
you
just
do.
share so much.
So what are some of the kind of perks of the role? Because I know you were Bunny of the Year last year. So what kind of perks have you guys had so far?
Bunny of the Year was probably, I think it's like the biggest thing that you can get when you're here. We have something Bunny of the Month every month.
Yeah.
And in the end, they kind of decide on Bunny of the Year. So it's kind of taken within the people that have been awarded Bunny of the Month. So yeah, last year I was lucky enough to be awarded. I got flown to LA, and I actually shot for Playboy.
So cool.
Even talking about it, it just feels like it never actually happened. It's one of these things that when I tell people, I'm like, oh my god, that I actually did that, and that's because of this place. That was, I'd never been to America, so I was able to. That's like life changing stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been there, so yeah.
And like a once in a lifetime opportunity as well
Yeah,
to do a shoot for them.
100%, exactly. And actually, I've gotten they sent me all the magazines and stuff,
That's so
and my
cool.
picture is in the Playboy magazine.
And I went to South Africa, so that was a really, really good trip. So that was like 6 days, and we were dealing over there as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was amazing. Like we went on safari and we were treated like celebrities. It didn't feel like work, but there, like I would have probably never have gone to South Africa. It was another opportunity that, like, yeah, there was some really good opportunities, and we've done loads. We've had loads of amazing events.
I've been to Ascot before. Even like a lot of the London ones, we've done events like launches, brand launches. I worked with Misguided.
Yeah.
The Coco de Mer.
On the Misguided collaboration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've done so much stuff like in-house as well.
It's really cool. You guys get a lot of good opportunities.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so could you tell me a bit about the recruitment process? Obviously, you help in the recruitment process, you've just gone through it. What kind of things do you have to do, and how often are they? How would people go about getting into the recruitment process?
So you can apply online at playboy.com, and there's a page called Become a Bunny. And then you go through a casting process. So the casting day, which is we've all sat through the exact same experience. It hasn't changed in all the time that I've been here. So we all feel the same nerves that every girl that arrives feels. Now I sit in a seat where I'm looking from a selection process point of view. So I'm looking at girls that will fit well into the team. I'm looking for girls either with dealing experience or waitress experience. It's not necessary, but it's a bit of an advantage. And then we'll just sort of meet the girls and kind of get to know a bit of their personality and see if they can do the job and handle it. Because night shifts, they're hard work. So as much as we have all the fun times, we still have to do the day-to-day running the business. There's like an equal balance of the glamour and the work.
The casting's fun though. I remember my casting 3 years ago. And it was actually even if I remember leaving and thinking, even if I don't get this job, like I had a really good day.
Yeah, that's so nice
cool
though.
People. Yeah, it was really nice.
It's interviews and stuff like
I was terrified.
So, yeah.
And they sort of like when you come in and there's so many girls there as well, you kind of think, oh my god, this is really scary, but it's really not. I had a great day.
You leave with making friends.
Yeah.
So it's a great environment. Like, you have so much fun and you feel welcomed, and they look after you.
So how often do you kind of get new girls on board? Is it quite a regular process?
Yeah, every 2 months.
Okay.
But depending on how many opportunities and jobs available. So usually we wouldn't put out a casting if there's only one job. It's usually like 5 or 6 girls we're looking for.
Okay.
So I think that's what makes the casting a nicer experience, because we tell the girls that at the beginning, so then you're not. I think when you first walk in, you feel like, oh my god, like we're all going for the same spot, and then when you realise like there's more than one job available, you can kind of relax and think, oh okay, so
You just enjoy
I still have a chance. Do you know, like
you feel a bit more like you've got more of a chance than if there's just one job and like 10 of you.
Yeah, when the casting that I went to, there was 70 girls, so it was as soon as they said there was like, there's unlimited spaces, like we want the best, you kind of relax and think, okay, so I've just got to show me, and then I might get a position, and I'd sat next to another girl, and then we're like, oh, I hope you get it as well. So it's like that sort of buzz, because I think it can be quite daunting, and I think for some people you can first time round potentially be really nervous because you don't know what to expect from the day. So sometimes people will come back for a second interview and you'll see way more of their personality, because then they've not got that fear of what to expect. When really it's not a scary day. So like we start off the day and you get up and we do 2 truths and a lie. So we like play a game. So you say like 3 things about yourself, and then everyone sort of guesses which one's the lie. And you just sort of introduce yourself and say where you've worked before. And then we have like a singing and dancing sort of task. And you don't need to be a singer or a dancer.
So it's just a lot of fun.
Because
really.
I can't sing. And I remember getting up for mine and like singing Happy Birthday to Hep, because I was like, I feel like that's the only thing with me and the team that I was in, we were like, none of us could sing. But you know, like it's just having a bit of fun and like loosening up and just seeing you interact as a team. So it's, yeah, it was a good day. But we have a one-on-one interview in the second part of the day.
Okay.
But even that, like when I sat down and had mine, it wasn't.
Not everyone's
The questions are a little bit more tailored to your personality.
Yeah.
So you're talking about your strengths and your weaknesses.
So what sort of training do you guys get for your job role? Obviously each of you is a bit different, you're all in different parts.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to you because I've been through the whole ballet training process, and I've had sort of some experience in that kind of thing, but I'd never even held a tray before. So I was completely from scratch, taught everything, product knowledge, everything like that. You know, you really are here to learn as well, and these are things that I'll take with me. I learned all of that, and then moving on to the host side, obviously I'm dealing with reception and front of house. So even things from guest lists, how to kind of like deal with people, how to communicate, the phones, the system that we operate on, I've learned a lot.
It's like a lot of different skills as well that you could take into like different job roles or different aspects of life, like
Yeah, definitely.
different things that you wouldn't even think about, like the math skills, the dealing, I guess you would take into like other parts of your life, and it just naturally.
Yeah, people always throw me off because they'll be like, someone get a calculator and add this and this, and I'm like, it's this, and they're like, how do you know that?
I think like for the dealing and stuff, because I'm guessing it's quite is it a long process, is it?
It's an 8-week training course, and it is quite intense. But you've just got to go into it ready to just absorb as much as you can. But you know, it's the thing with the dealing and the training school is there's a good salary at the end of it, so that's the incentive to it. You know, the girls make a lot of money. As you practice, the more you practice, the more you get it. So I did 8-week training school, and then I came out onto the tables, and then you know 6 months later I felt like, oh, I'm getting the hang of this, and then you know 2 years later I was like, I'm really good at this, and you know I did that for 4 years. So I think you learn as you go. It's just practice.
Yeah.
It's not as scary as what people think. There's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
To pass and get the costume.
And how to do it all in a costume and heels.
Because you guys get your costumes, am I right in thinking you get your hairs after about 3 months? Is that about right? So you kind of learn a thing, and then that's kind of your like almost reward, like graduating into
yeah, exactly. And then you get the costume.
It makes us really confident in our job role. So, you know, the other bunnies will help you, or our managers, supervisors. So, nice process. You learn so much from it as well throughout, you know, the entire 3 months. So, like, you feel so good at what you do.
I feel like you've learned a lot kind of since getting your ears as well.
Yeah. But I mean, you learn new things every day. But I mean, it's just nice to know you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
And I think when we hire someone, like the probation period, we want everyone to pass. So everyone that we take on, we want everyone to pass probation. So the whole point is we'll just keep training and keep trying to help, because there's no point hiring someone and then, you know, 3 years down the line getting rid of them. The whole point is that every girl gets to earn their ears.
I didn't come here thinking, oh, I'm just going to be a ballet and stay as a ballet. Like Penny said, you learn every day. Like there's always new stuff to take on, new challenges. I like being a ballet and then a host, and obviously you becoming a bunny. Like there's always opportunities within the company.
It seems like you guys can progress quite a lot in job roles and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like some of the girls that have worked here previously, one of the old hosts, she then went into marketing, and we've had to CR positions, so like customer relations. So yeah, there is a lot of job progression. So it's up to the individual, like ballets become dealers, and you can move around a lot.
And what are the hours like? Like what kind of hours do you typically work? Like can you do full-time, part-time, like nights, days?
The hours are quite flexible, so we've got, especially in the ballet team, there's quite a lot of part-timers, and we've got a lot of full-time girls as well. We just try and aim it for what works for each individual, and then what works for the business.
Yeah. So quite flexible around like students and mothers and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so we've got so many mothers and students, and yeah, there's loads.
If you actually talk, this is one thing that I love about this place, is if you actually talk to every girl, there's girls that have their own businesses, there's girls that, like you said, are mothers, that are sort of studying still. Everyone's got a reason for sort of being here, or like somewhere where they want to go in life.
Yeah, we've got like law students, and one of the girls has got a neuroscience degree. So some of them are very, very, very clever girls.
Which is cool.
So there's like a real mix of people and a mix of girls. So.
It's quite cool as well because you're meeting people from like all different walks of life in your job
Yeah.
as well. So like you could all be from completely different backgrounds, like completely different jobs
and
and stuff.
we are all from
Yeah.
different areas, all from all walks of life, you know.
Yeah.
You know, we're from all over the UK, but there's girls from all over the world. So it's like people that you probably wouldn't have come into contact before.
Yeah.
You grow up, because I'm from Coventry, so I moved down here, and this is where I've made all my friends. And then, you know, I've been here 7 years now, so I wouldn't have been able to do that without Playboy, really, because I came down and I met everyone that was similar age to me, and you know, so then you can go out together, and we've gone on holiday together, and you know.
I suppose you get quite close.
Yeah.
Like you said, who else do you talk to at 3 in the morning? Because you're all here, so you do probably get quite close as well.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that, like, a group of girls, because I think often in a big group of girls, people kind of assume that you maybe wouldn't get on very well, or maybe be quite like always like catty sometimes. But like we were saying earlier, you guys all literally just get on so well, which is really nice.
I think every girl went through that, where they thought, oh my god, I'm about to come and work in a place that's female.
Yeah.
And it's scary because you don't know what to expect, you know.
And it's weird because you straight away think loads of females is a really big negative, and it's really not.
Everyone here is so sweet.
So sweet.
But I think it's because everyone's felt that fear when they first come in the building and they see all these girls and everyone's so glamorous, and you're like, oh my god. But it's like the best place to get tips, because like before I worked here, I could like barely do a smoky eye or like curl my hair.
Yeah, because I've seen you.
So you're like, what lip gloss is that? What's this? What's that?
We're all completely different, like size-wise as well, and that's something that could be quite intimidating. Sort of coming into a job knowing that you have to wear this costume, not knowing how you're going to look in something like that or how you're going to feel, but your costume is tailored to your body. We have a seamstress that makes all of our costumes. And I think that's the best thing. You're kind of embraced and allowed to be who you are.
Your uniforms are all kind of tailored into like how you are as well, so they all fit your shape. So like all of you are obviously different body types. So like whether you're a bit like bigger boobs or whatever, it kind of fits to you.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing. You know, we are, as women, we are all different. And I think especially these days, it's hard to sort of like go on social media and see one sort of body type or whatever, but then you can come here and completely be allowed to just be who you are, you know?
I think that's one of the best things about the bunny costume, because it's not one size fits all. So, you know, if you've got
one size fits one.
It's one size fits me, it's made for me, so it's mine. So like if I want to take it in and make my waist smaller or pull it up because I'm more curvy, you know, the seamstress will make it that way. So she makes it so that I feel confident in it. So you know, I'm going to walk out there and feel confident and honest, and I'm going to look my best in it. So it's not made to a certain shape where I'm going to be like, oh, you know, I'm not in enough, or I feel like I'm out, or it's, you know, it's made perfect for me.
I think there's also quite a conception of like, I think people that don't really know anything about the club would almost assume that you were all like size 6 and really tiny with boobs and everything, but you guys were all like a wide range of sizes and shapes and everything. Like you're all just so different in your body shapes, but you all can wear the same costume and look and feel great.
Exactly.
Which is really good.
Like I've never been petite. I've never been sort of like someone with a slim frame. So for me, when I started, I was like, I was scared, you know. I was like, oh, what if I don't look the same? Or how am I going to feel? But that's never even been a thought in my head now.
I suppose you automatically worry as well, like, oh, okay, so I'm a size 10, like, is a size 10 going to look right on me? What if it doesn't fit properly because I'm this shape? And the fact that it's all tailored to you guys is obviously really great.
Exactly.
Your thoughts on like comments about the bunny costume being degrading to women? Do you have any kind of opinions on it at all?
A lot of people have opinions on the costume, and I think it's always going to be in the press. We're always going to sort of be out there, like we're always going to cause a bit of a stir, but I don't see it as degrading at all. I find it quite empowering, really. And you know, we're all together, that no one's forcing us to wear the costume. We choose this job. There are other casinos in London, and we all choose to work here because it's Playboy. So we all chose to be a part of the brand, and I think that's the difference. I don't feel degraded in it, and I never have.
I think as a woman, unfortunately, you have to constantly stand up for yourself and defend your decisions, and one of those is what you choose to wear. For me, that's something that's really frustrating, something that I will never understand, why we always have to talk about why we're wearing what we're wearing. Playboy, like Natalie said, we were aware of the costume. We all feel great in it, otherwise we wouldn't be here.
But you guys strike me as really like empowered, like strong women, and I feel like everyone that works here is very much the same, but you're all very like comfortable in your bodies and really strong women.
I feel like we're a sisterhood, so we sort of go through it together. So when we get negative press or people say things, we're the ones that do the job. So, you know, the dealers, they know how much skill they've had to work and how hard they've had to work to even get the costume. And the same with the valets, they know how, like, the hours that they've had to put in to learn all the products and know what they're serving. So you know, when it's them, you know, oh, is it degrading to women, is it this and that? We've got some of the most intelligent women working here, you know, some of the women have, you know, children, you know, it's just, it's not that environment, it's not what people perceive it as. And I think as soon as you walk into the door and you start talking to the girls and you meet them, I feel like all them misconceptions are gone.
Yeah.
But it's just people need to just experience it and come and meet us and know that this is actually like a great place to work.
Like there's so much more to your job than just wearing the costume and walking around and.
Yeah, and it's weird because everyone says the costume's like degrading, and you know, and then there's all sorts of benefits to us here. Like, so they talk about the gender pay gap, but here is where the women make the most money. So the boys actually earn less than us. So it's like, you know, it's not always.
It's actually more empowering.
Yeah, it is. It's
not even just the bunnies though. Like if you look at the team in general, like the sort of the ratio of like male managers and female, it's a really nice balance of just humans in general. And I think that's the thing that I get frustrated with, is always having to justify this and that. Like we should all just be allowed to wear what we want, do what we want, as long as we're being true to ourselves, we're being good people, good humans. What's the harm?
And if you're happy doing it, then
yeah, exactly.
So as a final question, what would you guys say to anyone thinking of applying? Is there any advice or anything you'd want to say to anyone who maybe was a bit worried or nervous about it?
Go for it. I think there's so many things that you can do and achieve, and kind of, just don't be scared. Everyone's lovely.
Yeah, you guys are all so nice. I feel like anyone would fit in really easily.
Would you apply?
I actually would. I said to you earlier, I feel like it'd be so much fun. I definitely would.
Yeah.
But have you guys got any advice?
Just come and see us. I mean, it's such an amazing place to work, and you know, we're great. You know, we'd love to meet you girls, and we'd love to come and see you all.
So that is the end of that. I really hope you enjoyed hearing from the girls as much as I did. I honestly think they are so amazing, and I think everything that they stand for is so great. So definitely one that I'm going to remember forever. It's such a great experience to have had. But if you did want to apply to be a Playboy bunny or know any more information about the club, I will leave all the links down below to all of that so that you can do so. But don't forget to leave me a comment with your thoughts and opinions on all of this, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye guys.